Alright, so we previously talked about soil conservation, how we can save it and make sure that we, don't have it eroding everywhere so that way we can't grow plants. So you might be asking yourself, well, what is soil actually? And we have a quote from Mr. Kellogg, if you know what Kellogg's are. He said, each soil has its own history, like a river, a mountain, a forest, or any natural thing. Its present condition is due to the influences of many things and events in the past. So the nutrition of our soil, the quality of our soil has to do with how we protected it in the past and how we took care of it. So it's important for us to do that and kind of know what it is and how to take care of it. Franklin D. Roosevelt once said, a nation that destroys its soil destroys itself. So write down off to the side of your notes what you think this quote means. The nation that destroys its soil destroys itself. Soil is a mixture of weathered rock mineral pieces, organic material, which we know organic means living, decayed plants and animals. This is called humus, and this is actually at the top of our soil, which is good. Water and air, and a couple of different things. It takes thousands of years to form soil, so soil is non-renewable because it takes thousands of years for it to form. So non-renewable for soil. How is soil formed? It's formed from weathering of rocks and minerals, which we learned about when we talked about weathering a little while ago. It's also formed by decomposing organic materials, leaves, grass, animals, all that stuff is in our soil, which we call humus. And I don't know why I have that and right there. I apologize. Why is soil so important? This is important for you to know why it's important. The first thing is it has nutrients in it. It provides minerals and other nutrients for plants. All animals get their energy from plants, so it's important for us to have that nutrients in there. That's very important for soil, so make sure you know that. It's also a house for places for animals to live, so it's important for us to have that too. Water storage. So without soil to hold water, plants would not get the moisture or the nutrients they need. So all three of those things are why soil is so important. Soil. So here is what it's kind of made up of. Soil texture / size. You want a mix of all types for best growth. Topsoil contains humus, and topsoil is right up here. And this is important for you to know that soil is made up of sand, silt, and clay. And here are the percentages over here. Sand is 60%, silt is 30%, and clay is about 10%. Soil formation and composition. Again, sand, silt, and clay. Sand is about 18 over here. Silt, even though it says 18, we'll go with the previous slide over here. Sand 60, silt 30, clay 10. It also has air and water in it, so that's important for you to know as well. Clay and of course our organic matter, which is that once living things, are also in there. Here are the kind of particles. Gravel is the biggest, sand is smaller. Silt is even smaller than sand, and clay is even smaller than silt. So make sure you know the difference between those four things. Soil. So up at the top, we've got these organic things, the microorganisms, earthworms, things like that are up at the top. You can call this litter or humus, which is right there. Topsoil is next, which top is at the top. So, that's why we call it topsoil. The next one is subsoil, and the last one is bedrock. And you can think of the Flintstones being really, really old, so that's why it's going to be down at the bottom. But that's where all those really, really tough rocks are that it's hard for us to get through. So here is what you need to know. We use these letters to kind of organize our thoughts. The first one is O for organic materials. Horizon A is known as topsoil. Horizon B is known as subsoil. Sometimes we'll talk about C, which is weathered or decomposed rock. I would suggest that you know this and know that it's in between subsoil and bedrock, just in case. And then the last one is always going to be bedrock, which is that unweathered parent rock. Okay, so if you want to, you can. Suppose it takes 500 years to form 2 centimeters of new soil without erosion. If a farmer needs at least 35 centimeters of soil to plant a particular crop, how many years will the farmer need to wait before planting his or her crop? So this is actually a proportion which you should know from math because you know I teach math too. That would take 8,750 years. Soil is made up of what? Only weathered rock, only organic material. Weathered rock and organic material are only animals and plants. Well, you should know this. This is definitely C, as in cat. From top to bottom, what are the horizons of the soil? You should have topsoil, subsoil, weathered parent rock, and then bedrock, which is that unweathered parent rock. Of course, you would have horizon A, B, C, and then bedrock. If you said O at the top for organic, that is completely fine too. Which of the following contains organic materials? Would that be unweathered rock, which is the bedrock, grass, water, or air? And we know organic means one's living, so that would be grass. Last question. The component of soil that is made up of decayed organic material is called humus, not hummus, humus. I know a lot of you are going to say, oh, it's hummus, Miss Dudek. I love hummus and pita chips. No, no, no. This is humus, which is that decayed organic material. All right, hopefully you got your notes filled out and have any questions written down, and bring it to school tomorrow, and we'll see you then.